what up with Josh Brolin, man? He gets to play Thanos and Cable.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh, we'll
Two
get...
bites of the apple there. Okay, so we're doing good with Guardians. We're moving on. Now, I'm going to check and see what you guys have seen. We've already kicked the shit out of Alien Covenant. The last time we got together.
I don't know. You guys kicked the shit out of it because you guys watched it.
Right, you were, yeah.
So I finally watched it. I didn't finish it.
It's so bad.
No.
It is horrible.
There's no point.
Why can he not fucking make the movie that he made?
I wish it... It's almost shot for shot.
He has so much fucking opportunity to expand in this, and yet he doesn't do it.
It's...
James Cameron needs to take over
Bingo.
and do it right.
Because what James Cameron's working on now. He got Terminator back.
How does he have fucking time? He's working on Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
They're doing another Terminator. They're rebooting with Cameron. I think it's great. I mean, I've even liked all the Terminator movies. I liked them all. In fact, a couple years ago, you guys talked about it. I loved Terminator Genesis. I thought that was wonderful. It was a trip through my childhood. And it just tanked so bad that they're just not going to do it again. But as far as this summer's movies, did anybody see Pirates?
No.
No? Nobody saw Pirates? Don't bother.
Well, wasn't planning on it because it looked like Johnny Depp is going into divorce and needs money.
Yeah.
And,
Pirates has gotten steadily worse from each movie, kind of like Transformers. Same thing. What we got here? Oh, okay. Here we got the stones. Okay, the Space Stone. Oh, within the Tesseract. That's the Space Stone. Okay. The Power Stone is the Orb. That was Guardians. The Reality Stone, Ether. We haven't got to that one yet.
Thor 2.
Thor 2. Yeah, okay, yeah. The Mind Stone, of course, that's the one inside Vision. And the Time Stone, the Eye of Agamotto, and the Soul Stone. We haven't done that one yet.
We haven't done that one. And I think that one will come into play probably either Thor Ragnarok or Avengers 3.
And we'll get to Thor later on when we do our segment about what's coming up. But for right now, so again, I'm the only one who saw Pirates. My wife really liked it. My kid really liked it. Pirates, to me, the first movie is all you need. The first movie is perfection. It's hilarious.
I liked.
Yeah, it's like Transformers. Same thing. The first movie, all you need. You don't need any of the rest of the shit. And that being that said, I got it. You guys probably didn't see The Last Night either. Transformers.
No.
yeah.
My daughter wanted to go see it. She's like, I gotta find out what happens to Bumblebee. Apparently.
Oh my god.
I don't even remember how it ended. I didn't care. I fell asleep. It was horrible.
It was.
You did see it then. Oh
God.
yeah.
So I've said this before. The other one the first one with Mark Wahlberg.
The one I don't like either.
Right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because it was just pure violence and fun and snickering and whatever. It was just entertainment. The storyline sucks that they're doing.
Yeah.
And I will say from the first movie even on, it sucks. It just blew. But the first Mark Wahlberg one, if you just watch it, just put on your blinders for all of that and just watch for pure entertainment. It was. This second one, I couldn't even like enjoy it because they ripped off everybody. They didn't write one original line or scene in that entire movie. They stole something from Lethal Weapon. They stole something from Die Hard. They just stole scenes and changed the lines.
And can Mark Wahlberg please deliver a line without saying "okay" at the end? We gotta save him, okay? He does it every time. It's like, say hi to your mom for me, okay?
Yeah, it just.
This is what really disappointed about the whole Transformers series. Is this is not what we watched? It's not what I wanted what we grew up on. I wanted to envision what we watched on the cartoons, what we played with the frickin'
that's
toys.
already been made. That's Transformers the movie. Yeah. Which again, we're back to Transformers the movie again.
Done the right way.
Every episode.
I want to see that done, but not this stuff. This stuff is just like fucking Michael Bay, dude. We get it. We get it.
Still not as bad as Turtles.
They didn't even come up with a new Transformer. They used the same Autobots. Like, dude, you gotta at least introduce a new
somebody.
One,
Has Mirage showed up yet?
At least in the cartoons, they introduced a new Autobot
Mirage.
or Decepticon because they wanted to launch a new toy.
Yeah, they wanted to
didn't even do that here.
That was my first Transformer I ever had. Was Mirage. Never seen.
In fact, the Mirage storyline is actually pretty interesting because it carried over into the comics years later. Cliffjumper thought Mirage was a traitor.
Yeah.
And that's in the cartoon, and it's in the comics.
Yeah.
And it's later in the comics as well. I think they could have introduced Mirage. How cool would it be to have a Transformer that fucking disappears? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Who's also a Formula One race car.
Well, they'd have to update him a little bit. I mean, but still, it could work. And we should have written this fucking movie.
Yeah, and
For me, I'm tired of the somersaults. I'm tired of them rolling around, jumping, all that crap. They need to go a little darker, make them stand their ground and fist fight as opposed to rolling around and all that stuff.
What's the coolest scene in the movie? Transformers the movie. When Prime's standing there and he's standing in front of Megatron. Mm-hmm. And that is the coolest scene in the entire movie.
They're robots, brute force, not like they're in the Olympics, hitting and nailing their landings. Yeah. Every time I see a roll, especially like, God, what was that? There was one where there's nothing going on, and to prove a point, or he was making a comment, he rolls into something and stands up and continues his talk, and I'm like, there was no use for that particular roll.
Yeah.
So,
just because he kept moving, I remember that.
Just rolling around, it drives me nuts. And it's funny you guys brought it up because I remember I just watched it again, the first Mark Wahlberg one, and I'm just like, no, they got to be more brute force. And they started with the dinosaurs. They needed to go. I mean, they just got.
How do you fuck up Grimlock?
I know.
And they managed to do it, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, badly.
But there's no. It's too. I hate to say comic book-ish, but even the comics don't have that.
No, the comics are way better.
Yeah, it's
if
just.
you need to read them, I brought them back after 10 years.
Yeah, thanks. But
even the newer ones, yeah.
They got to take it a little more darker and make them a little more what they should be. And if they need to change some voices, I don't care. But just even the Optimus Prime quotes are getting wary on me also.
Well, Peter Cullen's a voice I could listen to reading the phone book, but I'm glad they brought him in for this. I'm glad they didn't change the voice of Prime. I think that the first movie, had they recast Prime, wouldn't have gone any further than that.
No.
Peter Cullen's the reason why we all loved it.
Prime, yeah.
And Peter Cullen is his voice of Prime, which is also the intro voice, the narrow voice in the Voltron intro, which people forget about sometimes. There's certain, we've talked about this, there's certain male role models in TV, and Prime is one of them. Like, there's a guy who was in the service a number of years ago that changed his name to Optimus Prime. Yeah. Literally, it says Prime on his tag on his uniform, which is a little much, but I get it. Like Captain Kirk, Han Solo,
Air Force Master Sergeant Optimus Prime.
Yep. You know what? Now that I think about it, it's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. I'll give him that one. I don't remember the guy's name. Obviously, his name's Optimus Prime.
Well, you want some whiskey? Like I said, I don't have that much of a problem with their voices, but they need to stop with those lines. They're so cliche, so...
Yeah, and this...
Even does he have to give a speech at the end of every movie? That speech that they always give?
The speech or that little motivational thing. Yeah. Just go get in the fight.
And we shall survive.
Yeah.
One more time.
We've got to protect the humans. I get it. Every episode, or every movie. We got to protect the fucking humans. Oh, not so much, because we're overpopulated, but whatever.
Yeah, we need a good plague right about now.
But I am a fan of Transformers. I used to have a crap ton of them when I was growing up, and I'm drawing a blank on the movies to the point where I'm like, do I even want to watch it when it's on HBO? Not really.
I'm the same way.
I've been avoiding it like a plague.
And that leads to another movie that I know we're going to be hitting on here in a little bit, and I liked it better than we'll get to there, but I got to be honest with you, I'm fascinated with these glasses. I really am having a moment of
the Muppet glasses.
Yeah, I can't stop staring.
Awesome, dude.
Hey,
I feel like a little kid staring at colors.
Isn't that neat? Yeah, because you had these as a kid.
I did. I asked you. I go, why do I recognize these glasses? And you said,
we all probably had them at one point in our
For me, it's the little Garfield mugs that I have. Yeah. They're McDonald's as well. I have 2 sets of those. They were my original set and then some replacements.
Well, I still like your Star Trek original.
Oh, the ones Jay got for me? Because he broke my one. I had one with the Enterprise on it, wasn't it? And you didn't even tell me. Like, you didn't tell me until you bought new ones.
Right.
He showed up here to do the show, and he had a box of, not the whole set, but like 3 of them. And I'm like, what are you doing with these? I already have this one. He's like, no, you don't. What do you mean I don't? I broke it. Like, when are you going to tell me? I wasn't until I bought you a new one. Fuck. But yeah, anyway. So Transformers, like 0 shots. No. Just not even worth pissing on it. It's just horrible.
I forgot it came out this year.
I did. Yeah, I did too. Until you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, so we're past Pirates, we're past that. Now, I didn't see it. Did anyone see The Mummy?
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Nobody saw The Mummy.
You know what? To me, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
I love those Brendan Fraser movies. I really do.
They were great.
They're fun. They're just fun.
It was about 6 months ago. I think Trina and I both got some sort of food bug, and we couldn't move out of the bed.
Ugh, yeah.
And they on the Sci-Fi Channel, they had them on back to back, and we watched both of them. Like, it just laughed. I probably hadn't seen them like 7-8 years, And I'm like, these are great. And then like 3 months later, they're The Mummy. I'm like, why would you remake? And it's all the same. It's the same. The face and the sand and everything's the same. I'm like, why don't you just bring Brendan Fraser back? At least it'll be kind of funny, you know? Like,
As a cameo, yeah.
Well, wasn't this supposed to be the springboard for the Marvel Dark?
Yes, they were the
monster
Universal.
universe.
Universal was trying to build their own universe with the Universal monsters.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about the Universal monsters: you go back and watch Creature from the Black Lagoon. You go back and watch Bela Lugosi
Classic.
as Dracula. You go back and watch Frankenstein. Those movies are amazing. Still to this day, they're amazing.
Yes.
The only Frankenstein movie that I will put in that category, even though the De Niro one's okay, Young Frankenstein is the only movie that really gives enough homage to the original. It's, of course, that's Mel Brooks. Can't go wrong with that.
Right.
But some movies notwithstanding.
I did like the De Niro one. I did.
The De Niro one's good, and who Bana played
Eric Bana.
played the doctor, and I do like that one too. And it's closer to the book. It's closer to what it is. But the thing about the Universal monsters is they aren't reality at all. And I understand what Universal. Disney has cornered the market on universes. DC's not getting it right. Universal's not getting it right.
Correct.
Kevin Feige, the guy
that's
heralding the DC stuff, is doing it perfectly. Both for Star Wars, he's not doing Star Wars, but for Star Wars and Marvel, Disney's just knocking it out.
Yeah.
For now.
For now. There's going to be a bubble, it'll pop eventually.
Because we'll talk about what we think DC will be doing right. But we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there here shortly. Anybody see Cars 3? I did.
No.
Surprisingly cute.
I believe that.
Cars 2, I didn't hate it like everybody else did, but I didn't care for it either. Cars is actually one of those surprise favorites of mine from
Love
Pixar.
Cars.
First Cars is amazing. It's Doc Hollywood. That's the same damn story. But who cares? It's still fun. And I love Cars Land at Disneyland. And my wife didn't care for that stuff either until
I love the Cars Ride Disneyland. That shit kicked ass.
It is. And well, not the ride. She didn't like the movie. She'd never seen it. And I had her watch it. She's like, actually, this isn't bad. And then we went to Disneyland and saw Cars Land.
Yeah.
We went the year it opened.
That was our favorite, one of our favorite photos.
Oh, she loves that ride. I have the soundtrack for Disneyland, and she listens to that song all the time, the one on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
But Cars 3, it was a real pass the torch kind of situation. It was very cute. Watching McQueen deal, as Owen Wilson, deal with getting older. Suddenly, wait a minute, I'm not old yet. Yes, you are. You're old. Get over it. And having to pass it on to somebody else. And it also had, as I have a daughter, a positive female message as well, because it's, again, spoilers, the torch was passed to a female racer, to somebody who was actually kind of training him, and then she's like, well, I can't, he made her into the racer, is what ended up happening. And he kind of retired. I think that Tomater, they didn't have much of him in this. They had a little bit, but not a whole lot. They didn't need it, though. I think that's kind of an overplayed thing. If you want a good Tomater, go see those Tomater Tunes ones.
Yes.
With the scary lantern, the ghost light, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those are funny. Those are great. If I'm lying, I'm crying.
I still think the cow tipping one's my favorite.
Oh, I know. In the ride, that's amazing.
Yes.
Don't let Frank catch you. It's Frank! I just love that. Who's Frank? Like, hang on. But Cars 3, it was cute. Your girls will like it. You'll probably like it too. I thought it was great. Not awesome, wonderful. It barely registers for me in the terms of the summer films, but it's still better than The Mummy, which I haven't seen, but I'm going to assume it's better. So moving on after that, I did not see 47 Meters Down. That's one of those ones I'll rent, because I dig like bad shark movies.
Yeah.
There's only one good shark movie outside of Jaws, and that's Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea's on there for me. I like The Shallows. I did like The Shallows.
Never watched Shallows.
Great. Shallows is not wonderful, but it's fun.
Is that Blake Lively one?
Yeah, where she's trapped on the rock.
See, this to me was like, this is not based on reality. Come on now.
What? The Shallows or
The 47 meters down. You go down 47 meters, you're about to pop.
Well, also, but Deep Blue Sea is not believable either.
But that was just cool.
But you know what I love about that? I didn't
No,
realize.
it had, the first 20 minutes was cool. The rest of it was like,
When Sam Jackson gets eaten mid monologue, that's fucking priceless.
And, it had
And-
LL
and
Cool
after
J.
that-
LL Cool J kicked ass. So I mean, come on.
Well, he's the hero of the whole thing.
Yeah, I do like him. Why do people put milk in scrambled eggs? And I'm like, hallelujah.
This is a
Why do you
mistake.
put? So agree.
This is a mistake.
So disappointed when I see that.
Yeah, no, I 47 meters down just didn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
I'll probably rent it one of these days because one of my guilty pleasures is undersea stuff. Leviathan, Deep Star 6, Sphere.
Those are good
I like those
movies.
too.
Well, Deep Star 6 kind of pushing it. Miguel Ferrer's in it though. That's a saving grace. And in The Abyss, Michael Biehn as the crazy Navy SEAL. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
God, I wish they put that on Blu-ray.
The Abyss is fucking.
The Abyss is amazing.
Perfect.
Um,
And then Leviathan tried to catch up with.
Leviathan, of course, it has Peter Weller, has RoboCop,
Yeah.
so it's all right. But of all those bad ones, Sphere is my favorite, and Deep Blue Sea is pretty close to second. But I didn't see 47 Meters Down. I would recommend seeing the Blake Lively one, The Shallows. It's interesting. It's a little. What's the one where Ryan Reynolds got caught in the cliff, caught in the crag, had to cut his arm off?
Oh,
It's a little like that.
127 hours.
That was
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
That was,
Was it Ryan Reynolds?
that
That
other
was
guy.
Frank.
James Franco?
James
Yeah.
Franco.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then he was in another one that was like that too. Then Ryan, I remember seeing a cover of something he was in. Well, okay, so we've gotten past that. So now we're into. I did not see Baby Driver, but I heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Despicable Me 3.
Saw it.
Saw it? You guys see it?
No, I just
Jeff? No.
No, I saw Baby Driver, but I didn't see.
Why don't you tell us what you thought of Baby Driver?
I didn't care for it.
Really?
All the they give you that. Oh, he's driving a Subaru the whole time, but he doesn't. He drives different cars, which is okay. It just doesn't really. It's got great actors in it.
Was it trying to be kind of like a Fast and Furious?
No.
Or
gone
maybe
in
Transporter?
60 seconds.
Maybe a transport. More,
Gone in 60 Seconds is an excellent
That's what-
film.
okay,
more of Transporter,
Okay.
but it still was not that good of a movie.
Well, that's too bad. But all right. Well, Despicable Me 3. Who saw it? I saw it. You saw it?
Saw it.
All right. Go ahead and tell me what you think.
Well, we took the girls because that's kind of our thing with the whole Despicable Me. We've seen in the theater Despicable Me 1, 2, the Minions, and 3.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed this one. I really did. I liked the whole 80s spin with the bad guy character. Everything was predictable, of course.
Yeah.
You kind of can see where everything was going. But for that franchise, to me, it's a lot. It's kind of like the whole Ice Age stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Ice Age stuff, it's always campy, it's always predictable, but yet you walk away going, okay, I chuckled, I laughed, I enjoyed it, I look at my kids, we loved it, all right, money well spent. For me, that would probably be about, I would give it a 3.
Okay.
So
I'd probably give it a 3 too, as well. It again, was predictable. Frankly, the funniest stuff was in the trailer. Like I saw the trailer, I didn't need to see the movie. All the best jokes. I will say though, I've noticed a resurgence, and we'll get to something about that later. Michael Jackson songs have been showing up in a lot of places,
yeah.
and I think that his estate has finally released some stuff, and those are expensive songs to get. And I think that they did make good use of it. Balthazar Black
Yes.
was Trey Parker who did the voice.
Parker, yeah.
He was funny. The bald spot, but again, all in the trailer. Like all the stuff in the trailer was the funniest stuff. I'm not liking it, that stuff. And it was okay. It was better than Minions. It was a hell of a lot better than Minions. Minions sucked, but not as good as
Sandra Bullock, a bad guy. Come on.
which would have been awesome had she not phoned it in. I mean, I swear to God, she was sitting in a hotel phoning in her lines, which is horrible. But the first two are great.
Yes.
The first two Despicable Me's are really
Well,
good.
and what I noticed with the 3 is you didn't have a lot of that character involvement with the girls. Whereas
Yeah.
the first 2 did. This one more was about Groot and the bad guy, or
Gru, yeah.
and the bad guy.
Now there's a movie for you, Gru and Groot.
Oh, I'd love to see.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
I did.
That'd be hilarious.
I did like the brothers, Drew and Groot.
Oh, right.
With
The hair.
And I loved how Gru realized all what you're doing was meant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to your sibling thing.
And
you
the
know?
mom going, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a brother. Yeah. She's wonderful. The mom in that's hilarious. She's played by what's her name? Sound of Music. Mary Poppins. I can't remember her name. I'm spacing. Jesus, that rum is fucked up. I know you're gonna feel stupid whenever I remember it later.
The fuck, Sandy.
Not
no,
Sandy.
no.
You're thinking Sandy Duncan.
Sandy Duncan, yeah.
Anyway, I feel stupid right now. So let's now we're at the moment. We're at the moment where
Okay.
some of you have and some of you haven't. We're at Spider-Man. No, that came later. Hang on.
No.
We got Wonder Woman in here first.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Do we
But I
wanna
think you're
wait-
still missing one of the minor
Let's see
ones.
here. Let's see
Logan.
here.
No.
47 Pixar, Cars 3, Transformers,
Was Logan in May?
Despicable Me. No, Logan was before. Yeah, we talked about Logan at the last one.
Logan came out in March because we watched it on Netflix. So
Yeah.
that was.
And I have the DVD
We,
already.
yeah, we just watched it. Like,
Okay.
But we can talk about Logan. You weren't here when we talked about it, I think.
Yeah.
Did you say you watched Logan on Netflix?
yeah,
Was it on Netflix?
yeah,
It's
Oh.
on Netflix.
No.
No.
yeah.
I
just
think you
was
watched The Wolverine.
Maybe
I don't think you
Logan.
watched
on, yeah,
Logan.
I just was on
Logan,
Netflix today.
old
I have
man,
Netflix. It's
girl,
not on there.
kicks
Oh.
ass.
Wow, I didn't see
Netflix.
it on there.
It was on Netflix for like 2 weeks.
No.
So, yes,
Oh, I guess I missed it.
yes.
Either way, I owned it, so it doesn't really matter. But we can talk about Logan. I think Logan is probably the best, not the most fun, but the best superhero movie of the year. I think it has a real shot at getting Oscar nods. I talked about Patrick Stewart deserves the supporting actor Oscar for that movie. It is tragic and sad
Yeah.
and amazing how they tied that whole story up. You look back, you watch all the X-Men movies, and I'm a fan. People hate them, people like them, whatever. But you can watch them all in a row, and this is the perfect ending to those movies. And
With
I
that cast, yeah.
yeah, and there's so many old man, pun intended, references. The whole in the opening scene when he can't quite get the claw out. I mean, that's got erectile dysfunction written all over
Yeah.
it. It's amazing. But Earl, go ahead and what'd you think
Well,
of Logan?
before we get to Logan, did you guys ever discuss X-Men Apocalypse?
I think we did, and we just kind of agreed it sucked.
Yeah.
liked
Olivia Munn in that outfit was about the best part of it. But after that,
I kind of like the storyline personally because I am an X-Men fan. I like the '80s X-Men comic books, so to me that was good. But anyways, so fast forward to Logan. Love the old man Logan story. I thought they paid good homage to this. I really liked the Logan Professor X interaction, and like you said.
very father son.
One, look who's playing Professor X, Sir Patrick Stewart. You know, we love him as an actor. We love him as Captain Picard, as Duncan in Dune.
You want to see Patrick Stewart fucked up in a weird fucked up movie? Green Room.
Green Room.
Oh, he and Anton Yelchin are in it. Oh my god! But I'll
We'll get to
bypass that.
Anyways, so I love that relationship. I love the relationship because obviously when they set the scene in the very beginning of Logan, Logan's fucked up. Wolverine's fucked up. He's old. He's like this. This ain't good. This is the guy that can heal himself, and yet he's going. He goes in there and he's reminding fucking the smartest guy in the universe to take his pills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they nailed it. Can you imagine the man who has the most powerful brain in history
He's
ever
having psychotic.
is going insane? Is going senile? Wow.
Yeah.
I think I like that, but I think what took it away from me was hearing, and I know he's getting older and things happen, and when people go senile, they act a little bit differently. But hearing Professor X curse,
Oh, fuck you, Logan. I thought that was great.
I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was beautiful because that shows that here is this man who's so refined, so polished, who had all his shit together, who knew how to say everything and be this father figure who's going senile, and now the raw emotions are lashing out, and not only verbally, but also mentally. And obviously with Professor X, that's not a good thing.
no,
Well, my great grandfather went senile and looked at me like he didn't know me, and actually got mad at me. It's pretty traumatic if it happens, and he was one of the most elegant guys I've ever known. So it does ring of a lot of reality, I think. But I thought hearing him curse was funny. Fuck you, Logan. I thought that was great.
I thought it was funny, but it didn't seem.
The albino though,
Okay,
what's his name?
I need to bring that up.
Okay,
So Caliban.
yeah. Just take him out in the desert. What do I care?
You see Caliban in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Not the same character as
not the same actor, but yeah.
You see, but the same character and same actor.
Okay. Oh,
But the way the difference between how the demeanor versus Caliban and X-Men Apocalypse versus Logan, which
I have to watch.
they
Apocalypse again.
had to fucking at least communicate at some point and say, hey, we're having the same character arc, and we're seeing how this whole series kind of arcs a little bit. Maybe you want to keep that demeanor, posture, how we're going to be. In X-Men Apocalypse, it's, Caliban does not do this. Caliban's going to be, who are you? Caliban does not recognize you. And in Logan, you got Paul Bellamy who's playing Caliban.
Right.
You know, it's like, Logan, I'm trying to keep him. This is not my job. You know, a totally different character, and I'm just like,
the speech he gives about the boat.
yeah,
It's like, you know, I can't handle the sun. What do you? I'm gonna live in the base, you know, underneath your boat, like Nosferatu. I thought they had a real frickin' frack married couple kind of vibe going on.
They did.
And it's your turn, you know, you deal with him. And I loved how the inside of that water tank. There's some interesting special features on the DVD how they came up with that, but it really looks like Cerebro broke.
Yes.
It's like a broken Cerebro, and which is very interesting visually. That movie just has to get some nominations.
Well,
I can't.
you know, speaking of visually, I love the cinematography of that movie.
Oh,
All the
Jesus,
way
yeah.
from beginning to end. I love the cinematography. I also wanted to bring up, you know, the Professor X X-23 reaction. That it was that perfect grandfather granddaughter moment.
And trying to get the parent, being Logan, to connect to his child. I've seen that dynamic.
And
yeah.
then towards the end, the whole Logan X-23 interaction. You know, she's cursing at him in fucking Spanish. He goes,
That was
"I
so
don't
awesome.
understand you, but you know, it was great." Yeah.
That little girl is amazing.
She did
really
awesome.
Yeah, but when they really, I mean, not when her opening scene, but when the SWAT team first shows up and she just rolls that head out at the, oh my god, I had to go, what the fuck? That was so awesome.
So for me, Logan is a 5 for me.
I'll give it that special one too. Actually,
If we're comparing to all the other movies this summer, and obviously I haven't seen Super Spider-Man, so I can't comment on that.
well, it's a
I
different
will
kind
give-
of movie.
I give it a 5.
Yeah, I would too. I think that movie, and you've seen it, you saw it, right? What do you guys think?
Well,
We talked about it last time a little bit.
We
I think.
did, and
Yeah.
I think it did have a modern Western theme feel to it, where it's got
Kind of Clint Eastwood.
the dust,
Unforgiven.
the head, the this, the that,
Yeah.
and at the very end, his last ride. And I know I said this before. He goes out swinging, then they bury him, and then it leads into the next. I enjoyed it.
And playing himself both older and younger.
Yeah, and I like that they went darker with the language. You know,
Yes.
being more realistic with the language.
Thank you, Ryan Reynolds, because Deadpool.
Correct.
That movie exists the way it is because Deadpool succeeded.
I would agree.
But they're two very different movies. They just happen to be comic book movies.